Hello everyone, this is Karan Kapoor. I'm working as a real estate consultant in my own firm Buffers&Catalyst in New Chandigarh. So today we are going to talk about 4 mistakes that people do while purchasing a property. So the number one mistake is trying to time the market. So a lot of people come to me and they say that we should wait for the prices to drop and then will purchase. That property is at an all-time high. So see, if you have a medium to long-term horizon, then you should not wait for the prices to drop. No one can predict the highs and lows of property. What we can do is we can see our requirement, whether the location of the property is good for us, whether the payment plan is good, and whether the direction of the property suits us. So if all those things are in line with what we want, then we should go ahead for the property and not wait for the prices to drop. The second important point that I want to highlight is having an organized and planned approach. So a lot of people, they try to do everything last minute. So on the day you do the deal, on the day you give the token amount for the deal, for all the finances, from where you will arrange all the finances for the deal, should be in your mind. The second important part is when we do the deal, we check all the documents, and then it's the responsibility of a broker to see that the legal title is clear. So choose a good broker for this who is honest and who gives you a clear picture of the deal. The other part is that we have to do everything beforehand, like file the TDS certificate and get the stamp paper and take the appointment for the registry. See, when we do things on the last minute, and sometimes everything gets rushed and things could get neglected. Sometimes the seller has to go, he's coming from abroad, he has to go on a certain date, his flights are booked, we cannot delay. So a lot of things are lined up according to that. So we should always have an organized and planned approach. The third mistake which I see is sometimes when we sit for deals, we see that people have not got the change of ownership in their name. They have the registry, but the change of ownership hasn't even been applied. So you do not need to make this mistake. The day you get the registry done, the next day you should go and apply for the change of ownership in your name, in whatever authority. So in my case, if it's in New Chandigarh, if it's a Gamata's property, then apply it in Gamata. Make sure you follow up with your broker regarding applying for the change of ownership. And the fourth and the final point I would like to highlight is always give the final payment in the form of a draft. So why do I say this is because once you've given all the payment, then there's no incentive for the seller, no financial incentive for the seller to come to get the registry done. So sometimes what happens over here, I'll take my example, the Tehsildar has been called for some other meeting, or the Tehsildar is busy, sometimes the light is not working, electricity is not there. So a lot of things happen and it becomes, or some unforeseen incident happens and the registry cannot happen on that day. So at least you'll have the draft with you. So the seller has an incentive to come the next day or day after tomorrow, whenever the registry happens. If you've given all the payment, then what happens is that you won't be able to sleep peacefully if the registry doesn't happen on that day. So yes, it might incur some charges, 20, 25, 50,000 bucks, but it is your insurance and you should always give a final payment in the form of that. So I hope you found this video informative. See you in the next video.